Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. Let's get started with another episode of the Loveology podcast. How are y'all doing there today? I hope y'all having a great time. It's another week. It's me and my wifey. What's up, baby girl?
Hey.
You ready? You ready to make something happen? Make some noise?
Yes, always ready.
Always and forever.
You don't have to get ready if you're always ready.
I heard that.
Okay.
All right. So you know what, baby girl, I want to give a shout out to to the different countries that we still charting on. Right?
Yes.
Have you looked at the charts?
I did.
What did you see?
I saw Australia. And I saw Canada.
Yep.
What up?
Yep. So shout out to Australia and Canada. Man, we really appreciate y'all for listening. And shout out to United States, because you're the number one, right? The United States is the number one country of the Loveology podcast as far as listening is concerned, obviously, because we're here.
Yeah.
But we want to give y'all some shout outs as well. We really appreciate you guys. Also, if you get a chance, man, we want to give a shout out to our Patreons, man. Our Patreons are doing their thing. So if you want to become a Patreon, all you have to do is go to loveologypodcast.com, find that button, pick a tier, and join us. That's all you got to do. So shout out to everybody, man. Pat yourself on the back for sharing the love and all that good stuff. So, baby girl, what you got for us?
Are you guys ready for another week? Another single special. Singles, we are showing you some love.
Yeah, because, I be out and about. And, it says Loveology Podcast. And it says, I'm talking to different people talking about that podcast. And they say, well, I'm not married. What you got for me? I need to be, I need some single stuff. And we got the single specials for you guys.
That's right.
All you got to do is just log on and listen. We got it for you.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the stuff, even the marriage stuff,
it applies.
To singledom, right?
Yeah.
So, you can prepare yourself for marriage. You're always looking for Mr. Right. But, Mr.
What you
Right,
gonna do when Mr. Right come?
Mr. Right looking for Mrs. Right. So you got to get right too. You know what I'm saying? We all got some things that we can all improve on, So, baby girl, let's get this party started.
Yeah. So if you're just tuning in to us, we last week we talked about choosing the right partner. And so this is a continuation of that episode. This is based on a book, or inspired by a book, called 30 Lessons for Loving by Karl Pillemer, PhD. So just really quickly, we basically he interviewed 700 elderlies.
Interviewed 700 elderly people. Elderly couples.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and all of them had an average of a marriage that was an average of 43 years.
43 years in length.
So, I love books and I love elderly people because they both teach me so much. I just love it. And so this idea he had to interview all of these elderly couples is just amazing to me. And I think that we all should be talking to our elders and learning as much as we can, because they have lived experience, and it just doesn't get much better than that.
And if you don't, you got to go ahead and tap into that before they, pass away.
Exactly.
Because it's going to be a lot of information that's going to be gone forever. So get as much as you can, by talking to them. Exactly.
So, like I said, this is part 2 of that. Last week, we talked about the importance of choosing the right partner, and how you never really know for sure. And right now, with this episode, we're going to continue on with the lessons that the the elderly couples said that, they're teaching us some lessons on how to choose, right? So jumping right in, we have lesson number 4.
Okay.
Okay, because last week we did
1 through 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lesson number 4. You don't just marry a person, you marry his or her family.
That is true. You marry everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you marry Bebe, you marry Cece, you marry all of them.
So, you have to take the family into consideration when you are getting ready to jump into a committed relationship. And trouble with the in-laws can really cause a lot of problems. Like some people think that, they don't have to interact with their family, especially if they're not in the same state. But no, it's going to come up. You know what I mean? Like it's going to come up. So I've actually I've only been married once, but I was going to say I've never had a bad relationship with my in-laws, but that's not correct.
Right. But you thinking about like your long-term boyfriends.
Yes, my long-term boyfriends, I've always had very good relationships with their family. I enjoyed their family. Family is very important to me. So if that was not the case, then it would be a problem for me. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I could get married to a man and his mother hated my guts. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Oh, wow. How has your dating experience?
Well, I'm a catch.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, mothers love me, know. I have no issues with that. The few fathers that I ran into, that's sad to say, but my long-term relationships, the few fathers I ran into are father-like figures, haven't had an issue. So I think they know that my head was on straight, and it was good things coming from this end, So yeah.
Now, I did date a guy. We didn't date very long, but I did meet his mother. First of all, guys always they just love to take me to meet their mamas. And I was like, I'm not ready for that yet. But I've met so many mamas, not that many.
No, I feel you.
But so me and this guy, we hadn't been dating very long at all. And he took me to go meet his mother.
Well, he was probably excited, got him a good catch there, know. So he just wanted to say, look, mama, look what I did. It's kind of like, doing some artwork at school, like bringing it home. Hey, mama, look what I did. Yeah. So that's probably what it was. He was just excited.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, she liked me, but she thought my skin was not light enough.
What? Are you crazy?
Yes.
That is insane.
And he told me too.
Your skin wasn't light enough. Wow.
Yeah, so, for the black people out there, we know about colorism within our community. And unfortunately, that was a situation. And he actually told me what she said, and I was like, okay. I don't know if I want to be associated with that.
Yeah, first of all, he dropped the ball for telling me
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? I would never tell you that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I did, I'll be, I would have to sit moms down and be like, Mom, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about this, all three of us, because we got to get past this. You know what I'm saying? So, that just wasn't cool. And then also it just shows what level that possibly her son is on. You know what I'm saying? Because if she's on that level, she taught him. So, just kind of like,
I think it was disappointing to him because he really liked me. So even though, he knows this about her, it was still disappointing to him.
So she was real light skinned or something?
Yes. And he was pretty light skinned. He was lighter than me.
Really?
And he wasn't what you would call a yellow person. Yeah. But yeah, he was lighter than me.
And so people really feel like that you can get ahead in life because your skin is lighter?
I don't know. I don't really know it was so long ago that I can't remember exactly what my response to that was. Right. I didn't get super upset because he phrased it as, right. Basically she wrong for that. Right. Oh, okay. So he wasn't in agreement,
and maybe she was just joking too. It could be in a joking matter.
He said she was serious because I think I actually heard what's her name? Amber Rose. She said that her family treated, I forget who she was dating at the time. It wasn't Kanye, but they treated her boyfriend like that. Like, oh, his skin is too dark.
Wow.
I heard her speak about that in an interview.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, you know, fortunately for me, I was blessed to be raised, and we're digressing a little bit, but I was raised in a family with, we just all different shades,
Right.
all different shades. And it was just like all love. I didn't know that this was like an issue until I became almost an adult, you know, like within our community, because I was like, Black people are the most beautiful people in the world. Yeah. And like all the different shades, you know what I mean? Dark skin, light skin, it don't matter. Like, I just think everybody is beautiful. So I still scratch my head sometimes when I hear people, you know, talk negative about this sort of thing, because it's just like, we all Black. Right. We are all Black up in here. Like, right. I don't. Right. That's how the world views us. Okay. Right. So yeah, I'm just like. But so, yeah, he phrased it in that way, but I mean, clearly that was, you know, I was like, okay, like I said, I don't know if I want to be associated with that, because that's not the way my family is at all. Like, we don't do that.
Well, she missed out on a great daughter-in-law, and he missed out on a great wife. So.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, I don't really think it changed his opinion. He was disappointed, right? Yeah. But anyway, so
moving right
along. Lesson number 5 is 3 warning signs.
3 warning signs.
Yeah, so when you're dating someone, this is all about the red flags.
Okay.
We like to pretend like we don't see red flags.
Right.
But they're always there. We was just talking about this today.
Yes.
Well, why was we talking about it?
Watching that show on Netflix called Blind Love.
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
Have you all heard this? Saw this show on Netflix?
Yeah, I think if you can power through the first couple episodes, I think it's worth watching. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about that more later on.
Yeah, later on. Yeah. So yeah, there are always red flags for sure. And I had a older gentleman tell me that, like, oh, most of the time women see the red flags, but you guys just make excuses, for it. I don't understand why. I don't understand why you guys do it.
Right.
But you do. So this lesson is about, let's identify these 3 warning signs and do not ignore them. Right. Okay. Warning sign number 1. No one likes your partner.
No one likes. You know what? Wow, that's dope. Because look, check this. My ex, right, when I was engaged with, she was like, she didn't have any friends. And her quote unquote best friend, they've been cool for a long time, they was living together, but they stopped talking and then she moved out. You know what I'm saying? So she was staying at home with her moms, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, then she didn't have a lot of friends. And me, I got friends from all over the place, all around the world. You know what I'm saying? That, tight friends where I can go to a different country and have a place to stay and eat and we're good. You know what I'm saying? But so I can rock with that.
Yeah, and then didn't you say like your friends and family didn't really care too much for her?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You say that. Yeah, that was the case.
So yeah, you didn't
wasn't paying attention to the signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Warning sign, I blew right past that sign.
Right.
Like, saw it.
Well, most people don't know, and sometimes it turns into, it's us against the world sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which is probably what happened to you.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm in my own little bubble and it's us against the world.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
See, if you talk to an elderly person, they could have told you about this. It's like, son, young brother, you don't want to talk to somebody that don't nobody like.
You know what? When you're maxing and relaxing, you know what I'm saying? You're doing stuff that you don't have no business doing before marriage, which we all, we do. That's what really clouds the space. You know what I'm saying? Sex can really cloud the space. A lot of different things. So. Yeah, definitely blew past that warning sign. Saw it, but briefly.
Yep. So this is very important, right? Like especially if the people who are closest to you, who love you, your friends and your family are just like, they are resistant to this person that you're dating. They probably see something that you don't see,
Exactly.
And most of the time they are absolutely right. One of my long-term boyfriends, had bought me a Christmas gift, and my aunt saw the Christmas gift that he bought me, and she kind of mentioned that, he don't know you very well, right? Because his Christmas gift just didn't fit my personality, right? And so she was kind of, that's not a good gift for Ashley, you know.
What, he give you some boots? Those are boots you
Yes, I think we talked about this on another episode. So I'm more reserved and I'm more conservative in dress.
Right.
And sometimes I get trendy, but I'm not gonna do too much.
Maybe that's what he wanted to see you.
He wanted to see me in it, but it was still that just wasn't my style. So if you're gonna give it to me as a gift that I'm going to enjoy, that's actually not the style.
He probably wasn't thinking about you. He was thinking about how he wants you to look.
Well, in any case, is that what you're supposed to be giving me a gift for?
Nope.
Okay, you're supposed to give me a gift because I'm going to enjoy it.
Right.
Right. So, still,
right.
She had a good point.
Correct, she did.
So yes, I mean, hey, I have to bring. When I was dating, my mama actually met quite a few guys, I guess, because we need to test this out right now. Right here, right now. And if I'm really serious about you, then you're going to meet my grandmother.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so now you meet my grandmother because she's going to... She's
gonna lay it on you.
Yeah, she's going to be the final test.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So luckily, I didn't have to go through all of that. I mean, but your grandma already knew me,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So she knew my family. Moms. I seen your moms, at a younger age. Didn't see her that much, but I finally got to meet your mom. I think I met your auntie more off, like when she was working at the mall at one time. Yeah. So yeah. So like again, for us, it's a little bit different for us because we come from a small community. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's advantage.
Right. It's definitely an advantage that we had for sure. And I know that like the natural reaction is to kind of get defensive if your friends are telling you about your partner that you just so in love with, you just don't want to hear it. But listen, hey, someone out there, if you're dating right now and your friends and family who you love and trust,
and they love and trust you,
and they love and trust you, why else would they be doing this?
That's not always because they hating on you. It's not always because they don't want to see you shine. They don't want to see you happy. That's not true. Sometimes it is, right? But if you have multiple sources saying some of the similar things, then you gotta kind of
you gotta listen, man. You gotta try to see from their perspective of why they are saying this,
right?
So okay, warning sign number 2.
Oh.
Explosive and disproportionate anger.
Yeah. These all warning signs was there. My
oh really?
Yeah.
Your ex was like this?
Yeah, my ex was she would get upset at stuff and she would get upset with stuff, and she was happy that I remember she was telling her mom that Jason know how to deal with me. This was early on. Jason knows how to deal with me. And her mom used to tell me, she's a handful. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That warning sign was there, too.
Wow, you just, goodness. you missed all the warning signs, huh?
Yeah, I think it was the military, man. Military mess you up. You know what I'm saying? All my veterans out there. Shout out to all my veterans, Y'all know how it is. You're going through, basic training and going through all the highs and lows of the military, and once you find someone that's halfway compatible, shoot, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I just knew I didn't want a relationship while I was in the military. So I waited till my 4 years is up. And so basically she was like, she was kind of like the first one that I latched on to after I got out. So I think that's what it was.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, basically, if your partner seems to be getting upset for really no reason, it's a problem. And the experts, meaning the elderly people, say that most of the time when you're dating someone, who maybe has an anger problem, they kind of know how not to direct the anger towards you because they're trying to impress you. So it's also very important to really watch how they treat other people and how they are when they're angry with other people. Because, you may think it's cute, or something. I don't know. But no, because it's not directed towards you.
Hold up. I remember when we was dating and you was angry at somebody.
But that was very warranted.
And it was cute to me. It was cute. It was cute.
I dated another guy who saw me get angry, and he was like, "That's so cute."
But here's the thing: I know Ashley. I know Ashley's a sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? I know she just does. I never seen her get angry. You know what I'm saying? All the years that I've been knowing her for over a decade. You know what I'm saying? Coming up as kids and stuff. I seen you around. Like I just never seen you upset. Always smiling.
Anger is, I'm not saying your partner can't get angry.
Right.
Right. Or can't go off the, explode.
Right.
It's when it's an explosion for no reason. It's just not that big of a deal.
Right.
And you are just blowing this all the way out of proportion.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. Because I feel like when I got angry, that was very much warranted.
Yeah.
Right. And to the level that I was angry at.
Yeah, you was hitting the dashboard. You was upset. I was like, wow, look at this.
Yes.
Little fierce Thundercat coming out.
So I think that if I saw someone who was basically had anger issues, they would have to commit to therapy before we can really be committed to one another. If they was just doing this explosive, crazy anger like this, no. So it reminded me when I was reading this, it reminded me about this guy that I met in the Navy. He had some serious anger problems. He was just a very bitter and sad person. And I was like, he need to go take some anger management classes.
Right.
He tripping.
He
would just explode over no reason. He would just get so mad. Why are you so mad?
That was the one that was next in line to be the supervisor or something, and you beat him out because you couldn't have him.
I had to, y'all. I had to because this dude crazy.
You couldn't have him over you.
Nope. So for those of you who don't know, I was in the military, and there is something called the lead petty officer, and you are the petty officer in charge. So a supervisor. Is what a petty officer is. And the military goes by ranking system.
Right.
And I was not how do you say it, Jason? I did not outrank this gentleman that I'm talking about. He outranked me.
As far as your stripes,
yes.
For people that's out there listening.
Yeah, as far as
time and service. And, your stripes.
Right.
He was higher ranking.
Yes, he was higher ranking.
But that position is over everybody.
Yeah, the position is over everyone in your department.
Right.
And I was like, oh, no. They said, oh, we need another lead petty officer. And the warrant officer said, it can be anybody. It's done naturally. It doesn't. Normally, it would automatically go to the highest ranking person. But this chief warrant officer was like, nah, whoever do the job is who is going to go to. I said, oh, shoot, I'm finna get this job because this dude is not about to be over me with his problems. You didn't
get extra money or nothing?
No, I didn't get any extra money.
You got more work, actually.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm like, nah, he ain't going to be telling me what to do because he crazy.
Yeah.
Okay? So I did that.
Got him. Got him.
And of course he was very upset.
Hot about it.
Because she can't tell me what to do. She doesn't outrank me. Oh, yes, I can.
Yeah.
I'm the lead petty officer up in here. Okay.
Right.
So very proud moment.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't have done that if he wasn't, had his anger problems the way that he did.
Right.
And I had to shut him down a couple of times because, of course, he was angry because I'm lead petty officer. So.
Right.
Anyways, sorry to digress. But I was thinking about him. I was like, man, I hope that guy. I love people. Even though he got anger problems, got issues, look, he need to go get some anger management.
Right.
Therapy.
Right.
Because he needs to deal with his issues.
Exactly.
So, anyways, okay. Warning sign number 3. Your partner lacks control over alcohol.
Get drunk.
Yes.
Get towed up.
Have you seen A Star Is Born?
I did.
Did you watch that movie with me?
I did.
Aw.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, she got involved with him, and she knew he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I just found that interesting because I don't know.
I mean, you know how women, a lot of women and people do, y'all think y'all can change people. You know what I'm saying? So she probably thought that you can. And the crazy part about it is sometimes you can change people.
Sometimes you can.
You know what I'm saying? It's really a thin line, being with somebody they're not all the way your ideal person, but some situations you actually can help mold them and y'all grow together. That's like we talked about in our previous episode, growing together, right? But sometimes you got to let them go because sometimes they're not willing to change themselves, It's sometimes a struggle and you lose a lot of time and money, dealing with this person.
Right.
So you just got to, use your best judgment, pay attention to the red flags, and, make a decision.
Yeah.
But you have to make a decision.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could do it under the condition that, like, he was going to go get help, But, he's still a lovable person, right?
Right.
He's still a human being and,
it's Bradley Cooper,
I'm just saying, like, you could meet a person that had drinking problems that is worthy of love. Like, just because he's an alcoholic or she's an alcoholic doesn't mean they're not worthy of love, but they also need to, try to help themselves or try to get rid of that bad habit.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, and the question came up in the book about, what about a person who's drinking is kind of closer to normal, to like the normal amount. And you should just ask yourself about the self-control factor. When they drink, are they able to, or do they have self-control?
Right.
Because you don't want someone being irresponsible, getting drunk, and getting you fired because they came to your holiday party.
Lit. And you know what? And it's just not about alcohol. There's all types of different substance abuse you can do. You know what I mean? And even, different things like video games, right? We did a previous episode about me, my man, and his video game. Where we talk about, me playing the game and, setting different boundaries and stuff, which I don't play the game anymore. But, sometimes I can, you can possibly lose control wanting to play the game and getting frustrated, you know what I'm saying? Getting mad and being hot tempered, So all that play come into play.
Absolutely. So he could probably update this book to say any sort of addictive
behavior.
Yes, addictive behavior. Just be on the lookout for that.
Right.
But, like I said, sometimes people can change because clearly you were addicted to the game when we first met.
Never was addicted to the game.
Man,
never was addicted to the game.
You were addicted.
Never was addicted. But it's just what it is. I'm very passionate, and it's something I like to do. It's something I, really feel good about doing. I'm trying to be the best, and I can say it now, I had that mumble mentality in me. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it was, and shoot, the people that played the game with me, shout out to Juice, man. You know what I'm saying? He knew that, man, I don't like losing. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's play to the end of the quarter. Don't like, okay, we up by 20 now, we want to play around. No, let's play ball and let's put our foots on their throat and let's take them out, know? So that's just who I am. And I never was addicted. It's just, I always had control. It's just, I really like it. You know what I'm saying? And so I could cut it off at any time. And when I decided to cut it off, guess what? I cut it off and I never played again. Right. Cold turkey.
Yeah. You do that.
Yeah. So that means that I'm not addicted. When I can cut stuff off cold turkey like that, I can just do it.
No, you just broke your addiction habit. But anyways.
And what never was an addiction.
Moving on. Lesson 6. So now we are about to talk about the 5 secrets for choosing your partner. So
we already went through all 3 warnings?
Yeah.
Okay. Recap real quick on the warnings.
Warning signs. No one likes your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Explosive and disproportionate anger.
Yes.
And your partner lacks control over alcohol.
Okay.
Those are the 3 warning signs.
Great.
So now we're moving into lesson number 6.
Lesson
and
number
then
6.
The category is 5 secrets for choosing your partner. So these are kind of like actionable things that you can do.
Okay. Right.
To help you choose or test out.
So lesson number 6, for people that's following along, we had 6 lessons, right? This is the first episode. We did 3. This episode we're doing another 3, but this is the last and final lesson. But it comes with 5 different categories. So let's go for it.
It's
Number
a lot,
1.
Huh?
No, it's good stuff. I hope everybody out there knows some good information. Hope you're taking copious notes. Take some copious notes, y'all.
So you want to try to spend time in challenging and unusual situations. So here's the thing. I feel like people don't really know how to date, and we are going to do another singles episode, and that's what it's going to be about, like how to date.
Okay.
Right? Because mainly people just rush and they just go way too fast into a committed relationship. You don't have to go so fast into a committed relationship.
Right.
But even if you're in a committed relationship, pump the brakes before you get married. And this is something that I've always said is a good test on whether or not you should actually go through and get married with somebody, which is spending time in challenging and unusual situations. We had an episode called Traveling with Your Mate where we kind of talked about this, and traveling is a good way to, get your partner outside of their comfort zone and see how they act under pressure.
Man, and my wife is a great team player.
Yes, you are too.
We work well under pressure.
Absolutely.
Man, doing that thing. Good job, baby girl.
Yeah. So just thank you. So just do some things outside of your normal routine, and I've always said, hey, just take a long road trip.
Yeah.
You got to be stuck in a car with a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is an excellent test. This is such an excellent test to see like how you are just being with them because you're stuck in a car.
Right.
So can you just like talk about stuff? Can you just be together and it not be a big deal?
Right.
And like I said, traveling just knocks all these things out. It takes you outside of your normal routine. More than likely something stressful is going to happen when you travel.
Right.
And you spend time together, and I just think it's I don't know where you go, but just go somewhere. Take a long road trip.
Or let me tell you something. You can also do some type of, I don't know, maybe you have to find in your local community, but some type of a game where you guys have to kind of like an Amazing Race, but on a lower level. I think that a partnership like that, you have to figure out stuff, go through different puzzles and scavenger hunt.
An escape room.
Yeah,
because I'm throwing in to go on a trip. Well, they also said something about going on a trip too, but also they're just saying just do something outside of your normal routine.
Right.
So I like what you're saying as far as like, let's do something to see how we work together, basically.
Right,
how we communicate with each other.
Right.
And an escape room is awesome.
Escape room is awesome. So number 1, go on a road trip. Number 2, go to escape room.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, go on a date to an escape room.
Yeah.
And see how your partner is. Now, I'm not very good at escape rooms, but
clearly I was.
Yeah.
So, I think I did a record of finding certain things at the fastest time. I think I'm good like that, but
Oh gosh.
Go for it.
So basically, to kind of quote the book, it says, it's nice to start off with conversation, and that builds a base, but actions reinforce or undermine words.
Break that down to me.
You have to go into these situations to see their actions, basically. I am totally an action person. I do not trust words. When Jason tell me, he's going to make a change, I was like, okay, let me see what you're going to do. The words just don't mean anything. It just like goes in one.
The only way my words don't mean something if I forget it. You know what I'm saying? I forget.
No,
but when I say something,
of course,
it's legit.
I don't mean it like that. Like, you are a man of your word. I would not have married you if you were not. Right. But what I'm saying is that I believe you. But
you can show me better than you can tell me.
That's right. I told somebody that phrase and they just thought that was the most hilarious phrase.
We country.
You can show me better. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Right.
That's what we say. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Right.
So yes, you can show me better than you can tell me, and I'm gonna have my side eye on you until I see it.
Right.
Period.
Right.
That's it.
I feel you.
So I think everybody should take that, approach. Action speak louder than words. That is such a big, important phrase.
Right.
Okay. So number two.
Number 2.
Things you can do to help you choose a partner.
Number 2.
Make a list.
Make a list.
You guys, I searched my house trying to find my list. I don't know how I got the idea to make a list, but I most definitely made a list before I got with Jason. So let me explain what the list is first before I go into all of that. But basically, you're supposed to write down a list of things that you want out of your relationship and what you need in your relationship. So it's important to make a distinction between what you want and what you need, because basically what you want can be is a variable, right?
Right.
Like you can negotiate a want.
Right.
What you need is non-negotiable.
Right.
So you figure out, okay, this is what I need to make a relationship work, and those are my non-negotiables. And these are the things that I want. But sometimes, sometimes don't always come in the same package of what you want and what you need, right? So I think that's very important. So basically, I made a list of things that I wanted from my future husband. And I think I did it out of self-preservation mode because, if you can imagine a windshield that gets a crack in it, but it doesn't shatter, and you hit it again and it's another crack. One more hit, and my heart just would have never been the same. Right. So I basically, for those of you who do not know, I had my heart broken twice. And so, yes, I was like, I gotta pick better. I gotta figure this out. Because I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it a third time. So that is what prompted me to write my list of things that were just non-negotiable, because clearly I had made some compromises in some areas with the person that I picked to be with that I probably should not have made. And I just couldn't chance it again. I'm like,
So we ain't doing this again.
Did you make a list?
You know what? I did make a list. I think I didn't write it down though. You know what I'm saying? I just had a list in my head of what I wanted. Now I should have wrote it down.
I think there's power in writing it down.
Yeah, you definitely need to write it down. I think we all got our own list in our heads. You know what I'm saying? They looking for a guy that's this, or they looking for a girl that's that. But it's important to write it down because you can keep a record of it. Right. And you can hold yourself accountable if they don't fulfill your list, then it's next. There's so many people out here. Like, man, I understand some cities a little bit different, where it's more women than men. But hey, man, we live in the power of the world wide
digital
web.
Age.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can literally fall in love with somebody that's clean across the globe in another country. You know what I mean? Really speaking a different language, because you Google Translate can translate. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is a little bit more accessible, and there's nothing wrong with getting what you want. You know?
Absolutely.
Just don't get outrageous with it, but you can get what you want.
That's what I was going to say, because I started to say a minute ago that I did make a list, and it's somewhere in my house, and I was searching for it for like 3 hours yesterday. I just couldn't find it, and I was so sad because I wanted to share with you all what was on my list. I can't remember everything, but the danger of making a list or having this sort of list in your mind of like, oh, this person doesn't fit this criteria, is what's on your list. Right. You know what I mean? Like, are your standards too high, too low, unrealistic? Right. You know what I mean? So sometimes I was listening to another podcast some time ago, and they had a matchmaker on the podcast, and she was saying she had to quit doing that because every time she would present a candidate to a woman, they didn't want him. You know, it was like a nice guy that's making a decent salary. No, they wanted someone that was making $2 million or something, a baller.
Right.
And she's like, there's nothing wrong with this guy. Like, this is a nice, attractive, you know, average guy, you know, but you guys are just being super unrealistic. So she just was having a very hard time matching women with these men because they had like these crazy standards.
They feel like, shit, if I'm gonna pay you to match me up, you gonna get me a baller.
Well, everybody can't have a football player or a basketball player. Like, there's only so many of those, right? Like,
I mean, you could be high school, like Al Bundy,
or a famous rapper, like,
right.
So it's just, I don't know. So I kind of wanted to share mine because I thought my list was pretty good, you know?
Right.
So I would just kind of warn against that. Like, you know, check your values because how do a person know if their values is messed up?
Right.
This is what they want, right?
Right.
But I don't know. Like, should they be valuing if he's 6'5"? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe that's what you want, though.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So I will say that Jason had mostly everything on my list.
Right.
And I think the things that he did not have, in the previous episode, we talked about following your heart and your head. And so I think that it was more so of like, okay, I'm going to follow my heart on this. This is something that I want, but this is not something that I need. I don't have to have it. Right. So like I said, the wants are negotiable.
Right.
So the main thing you had, values, both believe in God, we're both Christians, and the thing, can I share with you?
Go for it.
Jason does not like to read.
Well, I don't think I don't like to read. It just reading makes me sleepy. and I get sidetracked but I love to learn.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
I got to the core of what I really wanted and what I really needed, actually, and it was a person who understood that learning is a lifelong thing and to love to learn just as much as I love to learn. But I did have like visions of like sitting in the bed with my husband with books and we're like sitting there reading together.
Look, and that still may be possible. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just not right now. Now we can watch some YouTube videos together, you know what I'm saying, learning about the same topic. It's just we're not reading, we're listening, and you know, that's just the type of learner I am. You know what I'm saying? And but you know, I am reading more, you know, and I don't think, you know, for people that you know, don't bash us for the non-readers. Don't bash us. We're not stupid. We're not idiots or anything like that. It's just we prefer to learn differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who, you know, back in the 1800s, you know, I saw something that was talking about how it was like a reading was kind of looked frowned upon, you know, like it was all these kids, all they doing is running around here reading, you know, jumping in these fantasy worlds, and it's a reading frenzy. They kind of look down upon it, almost
Fiction.
Like it was social. It was like social media is now.
It was entertainment. If you're reading the fiction books, yeah,
right,
it's entertainment, yeah.
So you know, readers, don't look down on us for us non-readers, you know. But you know, I still love to learn, and we can learn in other ways, and I can step my game up on reading books. I have read books in the past.
Yeah, of course. You just don't like it as much as I do.
Right.
It's not like you can't read or don't. You just don't like to read as much as I do.
Right.
And I basically, when I wrote my list, I wanted someone who liked to read as much as I do. I want, like I said, I wanted us to be sitting in the bed with our books. Like I had this vision of, this is, you know, this.
And we're going to do that.
Oh,
we're going to do that. We're going to read a book
but it's fine.
together.
It's fine, Jason.
Well, I want you to have your vision.
Oh.
I ain't got to say we ain't got to read all the books. I'm just saying we can read a book together.
Okay.
And who knows, later on, once I become more seasoned in my life, maybe I will be more attracted to books, and we'll be doing it all the time. Who knows?
Okay,
but as of right now, we're going to make sure we get that done for you. We're going to read a book together.
Yes. Thank you, honey.
Yes.
I really appreciate that.
Yes.
But the point of this is only to say that was definitely a want. It was not a need.
Right.
What I needed was there. And what I needed is, like I said, is a person that loved to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And that for me, that's important. Like, that's what I need to, like, yes.
Right.
It's very, very important.
Right.
So, as a, you had what I needed, but we negotiated the thing that I wanted.
For sure.
Right. And, like I said, it's more so following my heart, because it's not that easy to have a connection with a person, to find a person that had. So we had that. We had a connection, So, I just to wrap this piece of advice up, I would just say, just maybe run your list past some other people. You know what I mean? Maybe, and kind of see what's on your list, and if this is reasonable or not reasonable. Really think about what you want and what you need, and what can be negotiated, and you have to follow your heart too. We follow in our head and our heart.
Right.
You can't be so rigid with this list of like, oh, they gotta have this, this, and this. But making a list does help you weed people out and like stay focused on, and really it's just a great exercise to make you sit down and say, okay, what do I need and what do I want?
Right.
And just to throw this in there, you don't know that if you don't know yourself. We've talked about that. We've talked about that before. So again, it's very important to like know who you are. So if you need to do that work of like, who am I and what makes me tick and what am I passionate about? You got to know that stuff first before you can accurately make a list of things that you need. Right. How do you know what you need if you don't know what you want?
Right.
I mean, if you don't know who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Therefore, you don't know what you want. Right.
Right. So, yeah, I thought that was an excellent piece of advice. Hopefully one day I will be able to find my list, and I would definitely share it with you all.
For sure.
Okay, moving on. Do a sense of humor check.
What number is this?
This is number 3.
Number 3, sense of humor check.
Yes. Do we think the same things are funny?
No.
We do.
No, because I've shown you stuff and you just like, oh, it's okay. Something, for the most part, we think that the same things are funny. But there's some things that is not as funny to you.
Sometimes Jason forgets that I'm not one of his homeboys or something. I know I'm like super cool. And he sends me things that like dudes like, not me. I'm just like,
I don't know what dudes like, you know what I'm saying? I am not sending you the stuff that we really talk about. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're not sending me everything, but there's been a couple. Now you slow down because I'm like, Jason, send this to your friend James. Don't send this to me. This is not my idea of a good time at all.
All right.
But, do you like practical jokes?
I do practical jokes every now and then.
You don't do them on me.
Nah, I don't think. I don't know. I don't do them. I don't know.
I don't like practical jokes.
Yeah.
Actually, I like to watch the practical joke shows. I think it's funny. But actually, I don't want anybody to play a practical joke on me.
Yeah, I don't do it often. It may be like once or twice a year,
Yeah, I don't like practical jokes.
Like when we was in college, you'd definitely take the tissue and rub it all across your eyes, put some toothpaste or something in your hand, you smack your head, that's funny,
No, it's not funny.
It's super funny.
No, it's not funny to me.
Super funny.
No, so, but luckily you have not done that to me because I would have gotten upset.
Yeah, you real serious about your sleep, so I won't touch your sleep.
I'm very serious about my sleep. Absolutely. It's
then you can't go there. You woke me up. You can't go now. She up for 3 hours. Like, who does that? If I'm sleepy and if I wake up, I'm gonna go right back to sleep. That's just me.
No, not me. Yeah, so I think in general, I do find you funny.
Yeah.
We do we are able to laugh at the same things.
Right.
I don't think we take ourselves very seriously at all. We both have that in common. I am serious, but I don't take myself too seriously.
Yeah.
Just like whatever,
Right.
So it's like weird.
Like, what do you mean by that? Don't take yourself serious.
I mean, we can laugh. We can laugh at, I remember one time I was in college and I was wearing what is it, flip-flops or something. And this guy says, man, Ashley, you got long toes. You have some long toes. And I was like, I know, right? And he was like, I can't say like he noticed that I was like laughing at myself.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, my toes are long.
Right.
It is funny.
Yeah.
And so it's so kind of like that. Like some people be like, oh, he talked about my toes.
Right.
I'm like, no, my toes are long.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
Yeah.
So kind of like that. Like it don't have to, it's not that serious, you know?
Right.
It don't, it's all good.
Right.
So that's what I mean. Like if I make a mistake, it's funny. If I fall, it's funny, you know?
Right.
It's not a big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4. Watch how your partner plays games.
I already know where Ashley's going with this. Go for it, babe.
I don't know if I want to admit this. I don't know if I want to tell everyone this.
I'm just a competitor.
Jason used to cheat when he played.
No, first of all, I didn't cheat. It was that one
when
particular
you play
game.
spades.
No, was it? It was one time I did cheat.
No, you cheated like multiple times. It was very. I was alarmed. I was like, so if you cheat in a small thing, you'll cheat in a big thing.
Not true.
Because sometimes I am very serious about things.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you gotta understand the space culture. You know what I'm saying? That's like a part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people reneging and stuff. You just gotta catch that.
Yeah, because people renege on purpose.
Yeah.
They're being slick and thinking that you're not going to see it.
Right.
And sometimes you don't.
So that's a part of the spades culture. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I did cheat in, what's that other game? Scatter. What was playing?
We were playing Taboo, I believe.
Yeah, and I had some cards.
Yeah, he had cards in his back pockets. And I was like, I see these cards. You're cheating. Oh my gosh. And I asked you, I said, do you have integrity? And you're like, what do you mean? I mean,
no,
like.
I know what integrity means.
No, but you meant like, why am I asking this question?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'm like, I just noticed that you cheat sometimes in games. Yeah, and I just want to make sure that like, if we got married in the future, that like, we wouldn't get our front door busted down because you've been evading your taxes for tax evasion. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like to be a very ethical person.
Right.
So I just want to make sure that that's not the type of person that I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah. And it also depends on who you playing against too. Mm-hmm. So if they cheating and they cheating, then sometimes you gotta cheat too.
Yeah,
you gotta watch them.
Yeah,
when you playing those games,
okay.
Dominoes. That's all. That's life, man. Y'all better quit playing. Thinking these folks out here playing life
just fair by the fair rules.
Nah, man, they getting over on you. Sometimes you gotta even the odds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've learned that. Yes.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah. But it's all love. I was Air Force, so our core values is integrity first.
Yeah.
Service before self.
Of course, I would not be married to you if I didn't have confidence in this.
Yes.
Okay. So, but I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah.
But in this book, they were more so pertaining to seeing how a person reacts when they win or lose. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say that Jason is competitive, but he's not a sore loser. Mm-hmm. It's very rare that you lose, so I was kind of surprised that you weren't a sore loser.
Yeah.
And you're very competitive, but you be like, okay, I'll get him next time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like that.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that Michelle Obama took Barack to go play basketball with her brother.
Right.
Her brother was a very good basketball player, and he got to know. Mm-hmm. They talked, and I don't know if his brother beat him or not, but it's like you can learn a lot by playing a game of basketball with the person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just dealing with that pressure of losing and the stress of loss and failure and all this other stuff. How do they deal with that?
I'm not a sore loser, but I don't like to lose.
You don't like to lose.
I don't like to lose.
Of course not.
I'm not a sore loser, and especially if it's a team thing. Mm-hmm. And I see, because I'm a visionary, I can see stuff. I can see stuff that's gonna happen in the future. So if you're lacking on getting a rebound, that rebound could cost us later on. It's like, dude, you have to play through the whistle. You know what I'm saying? You have to play. You have to.
Yeah, you're competitive.
Right.
Yeah, but I understand that that's just competitiveness, right? But I call a sore loser like someone who's not able to shake the other person's hand.
Oh yeah, no.
That's they're just. But I've seen people like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they just get so upset that they can't even like come to the other person and shake their hand.
Oh no,
because they're just so mad that they lost.
Yeah,
right?
Nah, yeah, never been that way.
No, but you're just competitive.
Yeah,
that's
then whoever wins, okay, I lost. Better luck next time. Let's figure out how we're gonna beat them next time.
Yeah, but definitely while you're in it, you're very intense.
Oh yeah,
but it's
bite your head off.
But like I said, that's just competitive,
right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. But yeah, but I do like that. You don't see failure as failure. You're just like, oh, I learned a lesson. I learned a lesson.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing that people can learn from watching a person play a game. Like, I learned something, and I'm gonna come. I got you next time.
Yes,
I'm coming for you next time.
Yes, sir.
So that's the type of stuff that's make you a winner in life.
Yes,
it's like, hey, I fell down. I'm finna get back up. I learned my lesson. I'm gonna do better this next time.
Yeah. So I learned, like, when I just went home to Arkansas for David's birthday party. We had to get some dominoes and play some bones, right?
Lord. Mm-hmm.
And I found out, Big Game James, he's still at it. He marking the dominoes. Some of the dominoes had marks on it, and he knew exactly which domino was marked, and he needed that domino. And that sucker went right for it. I saw it. I knew it was marked. I ain't say nothing. I knew what it was too, but I ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I saw him go straight forward, and he used it and won the game off of it. I was like, man, he's how you gonna do me? So I learned that every time I play James, I'm coming for you. Every time I play James, I gotta make sure I bring clean, brand new dominoes. Yeah. That's all it is.
Oh man, see, I can't deal with y'all. And that was another thing. Going back to that, I'm not gonna say her name, but it was a female playing with y'all one time, and I mean, she got up so mad. Y'all cheating! I was like, oh Jesus!
Just competitive nature. She was mad.
She was so hot, like
probably the maddest I ever seen her.
Well, I was there to witness it. She was upset. You and James, matter of fact, you guys were spade partners, and she caught on to y'all that you all were cheating, and she jumped up. She didn't care that I was there and I'm your little girlfriend. No.
Nah. We go way back.
Y'all are cheating.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Look, sorry, B. You know who you are.
Oh man, but anyways, okay. So the last and final one is talk to trusted elders before you get married. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
definitely. You should. You should always do that. You should always go to it. That's people been doing that for centuries, for all of civilization. They always talk to their elders, right? But for some reason, in this day and age, we stopped talking to our elders.
Right. I don't know why.
What we got going on?
Man,
we think we know it all because we got access to it on the internet?
No.
You need some life experience, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The internet got all types of answers. You see what I'm saying? You can make a cake. There's so many ways you can make a cake. But your grandma, now, your grandma know how to make that cake.
Right.
You hear me? And it's some stuff that ain't written down.
It's a lot of stuff not written down.
So just like we want that cake, that grandma make, well, sometimes you wanna get the same information. She'll teach you how to look for love,
right? Not
just the love that's written down, but the good love that's not written down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's important. Talk to your elders.
Absolutely. I remember when I told a deacon at my church that we were going to get married. I had moved away in the Navy, and this was my home church, back home. But I still communicate with them or whatever. And I was like, we're getting married, and do you have any advice, right? And he told me about this book called Love and Respect, and that book really helped us.
Super helped us.
Oh my God,
super helped us.
Yeah, and if I had never asked that
question, still
using
that book to this day.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yes. And it's just I think we like really bypassed a lot of struggles.
Yeah.
By understanding that, and that was just one question asking an elder.
And we didn't have, like I said, we didn't have marriage counseling, which we should have.
We should have.
We should have. But that was something like marriage counseling for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, reading that book together.
For sure.
Yeah, I took his advice, and he also said something. I think he said, be prepared to, whatever you don't like about your partner, be prepared to still be dealing with that, years later.
Right.
Basically, like, people don't change. So hopefully whatever it is that you don't like, hopefully it's something that you can deal with.
Right.
Don't, just accept it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that was definitely an example of like, I just got such a great piece of wisdom, and it definitely helped me immediately in our relationship.
It did.
So yeah, just talk to your elders. Now that concludes all the advice in the book, but I would like to throw one piece of advice
what you got
in there for everyone who is trying to choose a partner.
Talk to me.
For my people of faith. That's what I like to say, because we have people who are not people of faith, but that's fine, right?
Right.
But for my people of faith, man, you got to be praying. Okay. I was constantly praying during my process of dating,
right,
and trying to select someone, and just basically asking God, hey, please reveal this person to me. Reveal whatever it is that I need to see to know whether or not I need to be with them or not. Like I said, I was in self-preservation mode. Like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
Another heartbreak. I can't take another one. So, just for the people of faith out there, just remember to pray and ask God to show you and the things that you need to see, and for you to be able to
swooped off her feet. She didn't know how to act.
Oh my goodness. And for you to have the ability to act once you do see the signs, right? Because that's the other half of it.
Right.
Not just see the signs, but to do what you need to do.
Right.
And that may mean that you need to let this person go.
Right.
So, Jason, matter of fact, you just said something that maybe reminded me of something that I know was on my list, and that was persistence.
Oh yeah.
I always tell people, I said Jason was very persistent, and I knew because of the state that I was in.
Right.
I wrote on the top of my list, he is going to have to be persistent,
right,
in order to get me.
Right.
So that was like one of my first signs that you were the one, because you were just, I tried to dodge you a couple of times. And you were not having it.
Yeah.
You was on me like white on rice.
I'm cooking right now. I'm gonna get back with you. All right. Call you next time. Oh yeah, I'm still cooking. Cooking in a different dish all the time. It's all right. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on. You gotta tell me no. I'm sales. Yeah. So sales. I used to work at Foot Action, and just because they buy shoes, that's not the end of your sales cycle. You still want to sell them accessories, socks, cleaning supplies, T-shirts, shoestrings. So the goal was to get 5 no's. Once you get 5 no's, okay, you good. So shoes, okay, you got some shoes. You want some shoelaces to go with this? Match with it? No, I'm good on that. What about the insoles? Insoles important. Keep it. No. You gotta keep them clean. You want to make sure they're clean. Just get some cleaning. No. So get 5 no. So yeah, you wasn't telling me no. You was just, oh yeah, call me back later.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't heard not one no.
No, yeah, but I didn't make it easy on you, for sure.
You didn't say no.
Okay.
So green light.
Well, like I said, I was dating other guys, before you, and it didn't work. And part of it was because, they just weren't pursuing me persistent enough, and pursuing me and being persistent enough. And that's just what I needed. I needed somebody that was going to, really fight for me.
Well, I had some more gears. I can take it up some more notches. As you can know now, like I can be extremely persistent. But yeah, I was persistent towards you, but I could have turned it up even more.
Yeah,
you'd probably been like I was a stalker or something.
No. But yeah, so that for me, that was like a really big sign. Like I said, that was on the top of the list of new things that I knew I was going to need. And also, persistence is just such a huge thing in life. Like I said, this is a thing to make you a winner in life too.
Right.
Be persistent, persevere. That's a great quality in a person. So,
right.
But anyway, so that's it. That's all I have.
There it is. There it is. I hope y'all been taking notes. I hope y'all got some good information. I know it, man. Come on. Thanks, love. For shout out to baby girl, because Ashley be dropping nuggets, y'all. Man, she be reading these books and stuff. And she's coming with some great content, man. Mm-hmm. And if you enjoy the content, man, share the content. There's no reason to get all this stuff for yourself. You learn it for free. You listen to this podcast for free. So go ahead and share it to somebody else that you may think that may need it, right? Mm-hmm. So just share this podcast with people, and we really appreciate it. We appreciate the reviews. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, please.
So definitely rate and review. We on all platforms. Just Google us. We can say that. Google us. We're there. Man, just like I said, just share the wealth. And when you get a chance, check out some of our apparel we have on our site, loveologypodcast.com. Check out, get you a hat, a t-shirt or something, and represent for Loveology, because we want to spread the love, and it's better than negative stuff, man. We spreading positivity. So tell somebody you love them, and let's talk about it as well. We're gonna have live discussions. We have them every Wednesday. Catch us on Facebook, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern, Facebook Live. So that's the end of our show. We definitely appreciate you guys for checking in yet again, another episode. But we'll catch y'all next time. Y'all know what I say. Where there's love, there's peace, and where there's peace, there's regression. What you got, love? That's it?
That's it.
That's all. Holla at y'all. Peace out.
You've been listening to the Loveology Podcast. Did you have fun with us today? Tell a friend about our show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Visit us at loveologypodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Loveologists.